previewing Week 11 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with our training guest, Al McMordie from BigAl.com, who's going to cover the San Francisco-New Orleans game with us. Al, thanks for being back with us.
Always good to be here, Peter.
How'd you do this past week at BigAl.com?
Well, it was another good week on Sunday. We're just killing it in the NFL this year, 43-25. Also off to terrific starts in basketball and hockey. Unfortunately, college football's been, the weak spot for me this year. I'm under 500 in college football, and last week was kind of par for the course. We had two top plays in college football. Both went down, but overall, it's been a good season.
All right, San Francisco at New Orleans. New Orleans is a 3-point home favorite. Totals 47.5. And, this one, I'm kind of just like waiting and watching. I think I might pass completely. Saints, obviously, great in the Dome, as always. San Francisco lost at home to Carolina last week. Why did that happen? How will they bounce back and respond? Not exactly sure. The line does seem, maybe a tick low. Maybe I would have expected maybe New Orleans to be like 4.5. What's your take on this game and these lines?
Well, you ask whether or not San Francisco is going to bounce back. If history is any indication, they will. I mean, dating back, I think, to 2008, San Francisco is now 21-8 with two pushes, off a straight-up loss. I do think they're going to bounce back here. I actually was on San Francisco last week, minus the 6 points against Carolina, so that didn't work out too well for us. But I like taking teams to rebound off losses when they were favored by 6 or more points the previous week. And I've got a system on this game, Peter, that's 67% against the spread over the past 34 seasons. And it does play on teams off exactly one loss if they were favored by 6 or more points in that ball game. And now they are facing an opponent with a 500 or better record, and also they're required to have a 500 or better record. These teams cover 67% of the time. As I mentioned, San Francisco historically has been good off straight-up losses, 21-8 against the spread. And I like San Francisco here, plus the points against New Orleans. You look at what San Francisco, they're really in a must-win position in this ball game. They're 2 games behind the Seahawks, and you've got Chicago and Green Bay just 1 game behind the 49ers, nipping at their heels for that final wild card spot if you look down the road to the playoffs. So San Francisco knows it has to win these games just to make the playoffs, if not, to try to get that number 1 seed, away from Seattle. And I just think San Francisco plus the points is the play here.
Yeah, I definitely always like to lean towards taking, top teams, elite teams off of a loss. It's just, the number's pretty short. New Orleans is so good in the Dome, and, their defense, everything's clicking for them this year that it makes me a little bit nervous. But I guess a small edge here is with San Francisco.
And San Francisco also has won the last 2 meetings versus New Orleans, covering the last 3 meetings versus New Orleans. Everyone will recall that playoff game, that one of the best games of all time. I think it was 36-32, at Candlestick, a couple of years ago. And so San Francisco has been able to handle the Saints, and I think they'll do so again here, especially as an underdog.
Okay, well-made points. Al McMordie from BigAl.com, like in San Francisco, +3. Thanks, Al.
You're welcome.